So that's why I was asking.
Okay. So is my screen visible, Shivam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live session on design of steel structures. My name is Saurav Kumar Singh, and I am doing PhD from Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Kharagpur. Okay, so as we all know that this is the last live session of this semester of design of steel structures. So here I will try to entertain your any general queries, anything you want to ask about PMRF, or you want to ask about means building your academic future in academics line. So that thing I will be dealing here. And furthermore, along with that, some last year assignments question I will also solve here. So first of all, see, uh, this one thing I want to make you clear that for doing PhD means you can get this Prime Minister Research Fellowship scheme just after doing your BTech also. Okay, so there are some guidelines. So any of you who is interested in making his or her career in this academics line, or want to do some research, want to join some research company in the coming future, then you can join even you can also join PhD directly, or you can join PhD program after pursuing 2 years of MTech. So here in this platform we also assume that there are some of the students who is taking this course as design of steel structures course as they need for teaching in some of the colleges, or they want to learn it in more detail. Okay, so in order to appear for gate examination or various types of competitive examination, or for their BTech curriculum, or for some of the students also joined this session from industries. So this platform is open for each and everyone. So if some of you you want to build your career in academia, or want to do some research in your coming future, want to join R&D companies, so you can come. Government is offering giving very handsome amount of stipend through this PMRF scheme, in which you can directly after even your BTech, if you are having good score in your gate, or having good CGPA through IITs, more than 8.0 CGPA from IITs, then you can directly join PhD program based on your interview. Means you have to face interview, and the remaining subjects means the subjects which you are going to study. Means most of you are thinking that how is it possible to pursue PhD program without doing masters. Okay, so there is no problem. Only thing is that you have to focus much more on your studies. You can say that in your first year of PhD, if you are direct candidate, means after, just after completing your BTech, you are directly joining PhD program without doing MTech, then you have to study those first year subjects which you are going to study in your master. So those subjects you have to complete it in first year of your PhD program. So just like that, in masters also you are studying almost all your syllabus which is supposed to be study in your master. So all those subjects you have to study in PhD also. If any student is means not any, most of the students are doing PhD after completing his or her MTech. So the thing is that by doing this, you have to make sure from your professor, supervisor, guide, whatever you want to say. So how many credits he is going to give you in your PhD curriculum? Okay. So minimum credit is 10. So you have to take minimum 10 credit subjects. Other than that, there is one interdisciplinary course, compulsory course you have to take there, and you can continue your studies. So See this PMRF. You can get this PMRF through two different channels. One is direct channel, and the second one is lateral entry channel. Means, let us suppose you are applying for PhD through direct PMRF scheme. So what will happen in that? So when you are going to fill the PMRF form, okay, so your interview will be conducted through your nodal institute. Means for civil engineering, your nodal institute is IIT Roorkee. So interview will be conducted there on the given date, and you have to appear on in that interview, and based on your performance and plus whatever research you have performed in the past, and based on your curriculum marks, means in your BTech or MTech whatever marks you have scored, so based on all those things, and I will give much more emphasis on your scope of the work. Means the scope of the work, research proposal in PhD you have to do some work. So they are searching for those students whose mind is clear. Okay, ki what you want to do in your PhD, means what if anything you have any idea about research or not. They think that if in early phase, if you have any idea, you know what you want to do, means in what domain you are comfortable, then you can do very good research. Okay, so they look for those students who are from industry background and want to pursue his or her career in research and development. So those students have very means much more focused goal, that what they want to do from their industry experience. They know what they want to do. Okay, so most of the students which get PMRF through direct entry, you can see that from the survey that most of them are from the industry background. Some of from the means just they have completed their previous studies and coming in direct entry application. So this is the way. So after cracking that exam, you will be allowed to choose some of the means. You have provide the preference of the IITs. I think 3 or 5 IITs preference you have to fill, means in which IIT you want to pursue your PhD through PMRF mode. So based on your performance and your rank, you will get that IIT on the based on availability. And there is one more entry, which is lateral entry. So what basically happens in lateral entry? Let us suppose you don't get PMRF in direct entry channel. Okay, and or most of the students even don't know what is this PMRF scheme. Okay, so students are not familiar with this scheme, and you will not believe that there are several seats of the PMRF which remains vacant. Means no candidate is selected on those seats. Why? Because they only take, means if you are applying through direct entry channel, then they search for the real talent. Okay, so that is why if you are fulfilling your their expectations, means the panel which is taking your interview, so if you are able to fulfill their expectations on their grievances, then you will be able to get this opportunity to do your build up your career through this PMRF scheme. Okay, I was talking about lateral entry channel. So in lateral entry channel, what happens when you complete your started your PhD through normal channel, means not PMRF, just you have cracked the PhD interview in any IITs, and you want to take this PMRF opportunity, because in lateral entry department will tell you that yes, at this time they will circulate email that at this time PMRF applications, they are welcoming applicants for the PMRF post. So you can fill that form at that time, and there are some of the criteria which you have to fulfill. One of it is you have to in means whatever credit you have taken in your first year. Okay, so in your PhD, first year PhD, so in those subjects you have to score more than 8.0 CGPA. Okay, so in PhD they ask you that in first year you must have 8 point, more than 8.0 CGPA to avail this PMRF opportunity through lateral entry channel. Okay, so if you have this and some of more requirements are there, so when you go through its brochure, then definitely you will understand that how many criteria you have to fulfill. Not much, but this 8.0 CGPA is the main one. Okay, so when you are going to fulfill this criteria, then you can discuss it with your supervisor that you are fulfilling all the criteria of the PMRF. So, and you can ask him or her to send your name in PMRF lateral entry channel. So your professor, I mean your supervisor will send your name to the department. Okay, and various applicants from the department apply for that, and based on the availability of the seats, let us say one or two from one department will get this PMRF opportunity in this lateral entry channel. And mention one thing, that if you are getting PMRF through lateral entry channel, then you don't have option to change your college. Okay, means you cannot like direct entry channel, you cannot say that you will be provided with preference and you will have to provide 5 preferences of IITs, and then after you will get one IIT. No, in when you are going means when you are doing it through the applying through the lateral entry channel, then in that case you have to do your carry your PhD work in your institute only, means where you are doing your PhD. So you have to continue that PhD under the same supervisor throughout this PMRF tenure. Okay, so like that lateral entry channel proceeds. Okay, so these are two channels. So when you are when most of the students do PhD, means join PhD program. Okay, so in IITs or in NITs, they are familiar with all these things, that yes, there exists one PMRF scheme which we can apply. Okay, so like that you can apply, and if you perform well, then definitely you will get it. In lateral entry channel also, during see COVID time, based on your merit, they prepared merit during the COVID time, and they were selecting the candidates. Okay, but after the COVID period is over, you have to appear for the this interview procedure, and you have to visit your nodal institute based on your branch, and there you have to perform well, and your SOP means a statement of purpose, means why you are applying for this PMRF scheme, what motivates you to pursue your career in this academia, means why you are opting for this thing. So because government is giving you a very handsome amount of money, which is from the tax of the public, so that is why they ensured that are you eligible for this or not, means it is worth to give any candidate PMRF or not. So based on that one student will get it. Okay, so this is all about PMRF scheme, and there is some extra load on the PMRF students, as you are getting this handsome amount of stipend, so you have to do some TA duty work. Okay, so what is this TA duty work? You have to means in 1 year, means let us suppose you get your PMRF in direct or lateral entry channel, whatever it is. So after getting the PMRF scheme, you have to provide teaching assistantship duty. Okay, likewise I am providing here, so like that you have to provide teaching assistant, you have to do this TA duty, and you have to teach in any government BTech college or some private college, or you can say diploma level polytechnic college. So whatever you want, you can teach and make students of those colleges aware with this PMRF scheme, or about the PhDs, you have to means motivate the students about this academics line, because see, uh, most of the students don't know the benefit of this academics, what they will gain in the coming future. So that is why you can see that less students are doing PhD. But you can see in these coming days, as awareness is increasing and government is also giving good stipend, so students are moving towards this research things. Okay, so as earlier stipend was 25,000, and before that stipend was 18,000. So at those times, students were more motivated towards jobs, okay, private jobs. So they don't want to involve themselves in this research. So the serious students which who seriously want to build his or her career in this academics, those students only joining this PhD program. But now you can see that this is a very good motivation, means everyone want to grow financially. Okay, so now there is no such burden. So if you are capable, then you can remove this financial constraint from you and your family, and you can support your, even you can support your family by getting a very good amount from here. Okay, so this is the thing, 48 hours of TA duty you have to perform in 1 year of your PMRF tenure. So 24 or 48 hours is based is on you. So how you want to, 1 minute. So 48 hours is totally on you, means it is not like you have to go and visit daily to any government college or diploma or BTech, and you have to give your time daily. No, not like that. You can talk with them, and based on their slot availability of the slots, and through uh, you can say, you can teach in weekend if they allow you to teach in the weekend, to run the classes in the weekends. So you can go on Saturday and you can teach there, and 4 hours or 5 hours based on your capacity you can teach in a single day. If you want to complete your entire 48 hours in one semester only, then you are free. You can complete your entire 48 hours in a single semester, and remaining second semester you are free, and you can enjoy your PhD life, means you can do your, carry out your research meticulously. Okay, so it is completely on you. Most of the students like that I am also doing 24 hours in this semester, and 24 hours in I will do in another semester. So that is how I will complete my 48 hours of TA duty. So how, why we are doing this? Because we are getting paid for this, and other than that, it is not only the thing that you are getting paid for this thing. Okay, most you can see that by doing this thing you can enhance your speaking skills. Other than that, you can enhance your teaching skills, you can interact with the students, and you can develop yourself. Okay, so while completing your PhD, you are like a teacher, means you don't feel hesitated or uncomfortable while teaching. So it will build you from inside, and it will reflect in your teaching skills, that no, you are not teaching for the first time. You can make students understand those things comfortably. Okay, so it will definitely help you in fetching a very good job in a good university or in a good college. Okay, so these are the benefits, and further it also means you will get certificates from there, means whatever things you are teaching, means if I am teaching here in NPTL, so NPTL provides a certificate at the last. that I have completed these many hours of TA duty here. Similarly, if you are teaching in any of the government colleges or in private colleges, then you have to take a permission, means you have to generate one permission letter from your college, and it should be sent via email through the colleges in which you want to do this TA duty work. Okay, so after talking to them, and if they allow you, means definitely they will allow you, because you are teaching there for free, you are not taking any charge, you are not allowed to take any penny of money from there. Okay, if you found like that you are taking money from there, and for this PMRF duty, then definitely your PMRF will be cancelled. If any, at any time, any phase, if it is come in knowledge of this PMRF team that you have taken money from there, then definitely your PMRF tenure will be ended there, and even you will be punished for that also. So colleges are getting benefited, because they are getting faculties, guest faculties from the IITs, and furthermore they are not going to charge anything from them, so they are getting a faculty for a subject. Okay, so that is how they will never deny you that no, we don't want you to teach here, or like that. They will definitely engage you in any of the subject whose faculty is not present there, or you can say that I am doing my PhD, or whatever is your specialization, even structure, transportation, water resource. So I am having my specialization in this subject, so I want to be please give me subjects related to this thing only. Okay, so you can take a strength of material, RCC, or steel structures, so anything based on the ability of the faculty you can take. So this is all about here, and after completing 1 year of PMRF, okay, so you will be reviewed through a channel, means PMRF channel. Okay, so in that review, that is a very tough review. You have to show your publications or whatever PhD work you have completed. Other than that, if whether you have completed 48 hours of TA duty or not, so all these things they will check there. Okay, and if you have not completed those things, means not completed your TA hours, or not did research, means you have to present your research there. Okay, and when you are going to present your research, they will ask you a few questions from there, and based on that they will judge you that whether you have did your research work meticulously or not. So don't think like that, if you are doing TA duty, then you will be getting this money continuously. No, this is not like that. Even if you are doing TA duty seriously and performing even more than the required hours, means more than 48 hours you have done teaching, and your research work is not up to the mark, then definitely you will not get this amount of money. Okay, and there are several stages. Based on your performance, they will bring you down there. Okay, so these are the things. So if you have been awarded with PMRF, you have to make yourself up to date, and you have to do a very good research. Okay, so, and one more thing I want to add: if your research work, if you are when you are proposing your research proposal, when you are making your research proposal, then if your project work, means topic which you are going to select, is of the national importance, or somehow it is benefiting, giving benefit to the nation, then chances of getting selection is much more higher. Okay, so keep this thing in mind. If your research is little bit of different kind, means it is benefiting the research community in a very good manner, or it is benefiting the nation, so it will make provide you a upper hand. Okay, so these things they will look into. So students who are genuinely interested in this, so prepare these research proposals accordingly. And definitely you have to get some reference, means reference from your past faculties, means your project supervisor during your BTech or MTech curriculum. You must have carried out project work, so under whose guidance you have done your project work. So from there you can ask them to give their reference. Okay, so by this you can get reference, or from the HOD of your department you can get the reference. So these are the authorities which can give you the reference, and you can apply for this. Okay, so this is all about the this PMRF scheme. And in PhD, uh, when you are means see this PhD is just like a, you can say, job. Okay, you, if you are going to take it like a job, then you will enjoy this thing. But if you will see, look it like a PhD, okay, so definitely it will frustrate you, because this is not a fixed it don't have any fixed time duration like BTech or MTech, that you will get your BTech degree in 4 years of time and MTech degree in 2 years of time. This is not like that. If you are doing a good research, then you can complete your PhD early also. And it also depends on your supervisor, means what type of research your supervisor wants from you. So some of the research definitely not some of the research, I will say most of the research, good research definitely needs much time, because you don't know that how when you are going to get the result. Okay, when you are going to complete your work, so those things takes time. So if you are taking it like a means a job, then definitely you will enjoy it, because there are several flexibilities in the PhD when you are going to compare it with the job. Okay, so you can work according to your flexibility, means if you are comfortable in working in daytime, you can work throughout the day, or you want to finish your work early, then you can also do extra hours in during the night time, and complete your works early. Or if you want to do in research in night time, or want to enjoy means lab facilities, you want to study in the lab during the night, then you can carry out it night also. So this is totally up to you. So these are all advantages of this. Other than that, there are few means drawbacks or disadvantages also. You will get to PMRF for only 4 years. Okay, means if you are a lateral entry or direct entry candidate, so for and if you are you have completed masters, and then you are coming for this PhD program and getting this PMRF scheme, then you will only get a stipend for 4 years. Means let us suppose you entered through a direct entry channel and you have completed your MTech. So first year, second year, third year, and fourth year, so for these 4 years only you will get the stipend. If you are entering through lateral entry channel, so at what time you are getting PMRF at lateral entry? So some of the students apply after completing the 6 months. Means it also happens then the credit which you have been awarded, means the curriculum, the syllabus which you have to finish in the first semester, so it might also happen that you have been provided with 5 subjects, and all those 5 subjects are being taught in same semester, in your first semester only. So you after the end of your first semester, you will complete you have already completed your all 5 syllabus, means all the credits. Okay, so no subjects are remaining. So just after completing the 6 months, one semester, you can apply in lateral entry candidate as a lateral entry candidate in PMRF scheme. Okay, and this PMRF scheme comes 2 times in a year. So in any of the cycle, if May cycle or this December cycle, in any of the cycle, you can apply it, and you can get this opportunity. So when you are applying, means let us suppose when you are getting your PMRF as a lateral entry through lateral entry channel, so the time when you started getting this stipend of PMRFS stipend. So at the end of fourth year you will get it. It is not like that कि after completing 1 year you have means selected for this PMRF, then you will get it up to the second year, third year, fourth year and fifth year, completing it as 4 years. No, this is not like that. You will only get PMRF up to fourth year if you are you have done your MTech, you have completed your MTech. Okay, so if you after completion of first year, if you are getting PMRF as a lateral entry candidate, then for only 3 years you will get this amount, and after fourth year even you will not get this institute scholarship also. Okay, so you have to try to complete your PhD in 4 years of time, otherwise for the last fifth year you will not get any amount. Okay, so you have to complete your PhD in your, you have to be fully dependent on your savings. Okay, so this is the thing, this is the disadvantage. So now if you have completed your BTech and directly you are joining for this PhD program, then you will award this you will get this PMRF stipend for 5 years. Okay, if you are getting it in direct entry channel, through direct entry channel, then first year, second year, third year, fourth year and fifth year, for these 5 years you will get. And if you are applying from through lateral entry channel, then up to the completion of fifth year you will get it. Okay, so it doesn't matter that when you are getting. So if you are getting PMRF late through lateral entry channel, then this is your loss, and up to the completion of fifth year only you will get it. Okay, and after, if your PhD is proceeding further beyond fifth year, then you will not get anything. Okay, so then again further studies you have to do from your savings. Okay, so this is all about this PMRF scheme which I wanted
Sir,
to share it with you. Yes, please tell me.
sir, how the BTech students who directly go for the PhD, how they are able to manage the TA duty as well as the subjects, study the subjects themselves and then do the research work.
See, in first year of your study, when you are means doing this course curriculum things. Okay, so at that time I am talking about this institute TN. Right now I am not talking about this institute PMRFTA. Okay, so right now I am talking about this thing. So even with along with this thing, means this PMRFTA, your college, your department may ask you to do the institute level TA duty. Okay, so you cannot complain that you are already doing this PMRF TA duty, and why you are being assigning with this institute level TA duty. No, this thing is different. So even institute level TA duty you have to do. So these things are little bit hectic, means you have to work really hard for these things. So institute level TA duty you will not award in your first year, means when you are doing this uh, course curriculum syllabus. Okay, so at that time you will not be assigned with institute level TA duty. From second year you will get institute level TA duty, but for the PMRF thing you are getting this amount, so you have to interact and you have to take out sometimes. See, actually what happens now, when you in starting it seems that how you will complete, how it is not possible, but when you start your studies, okay, and start your studies seriously, then along with passing with 1 month you will become habitual with that timetable, that routine. Okay, and you will be able to take time for everything. See what happens now in MTech, when you are going to for the MTech program. So in MTech you are studying all those things, entire syllabus, means 5 to 6 subjects in a single semester. So when you are coming to PhD after completing the MTech, and you are doing this to you have been just given 2 or 3 subjects to study in a single semester. So what will happen, your entire time will be engaged in studying those 2 or 3 subjects, and other than that, if you will get some time, then you will study those research papers, okay, to find out the gap, okay. So this happens, means you will think that in 2 or 3 subjects only I am having much more load on that. If you are awarded with 5 subjects also, then also you will feel like the same, that I am having much more load here, okay. So this thing happens. How much if you will reduce your load and make your body, your mind to feel relaxed, then it will go in relaxed zone. But if you make it work like means you have to complete each and everything, then it will definitely complete each and everything. Most of the students see here, when you are doing these duties, going outside the colleges, visiting the colleges for study, means teaching. So most of the students with most of the students happen that they get tired and don't focus much more on the research things, okay. So this is complaint of several students, but we have to do, because we have selected this thing now, means we ourselves applied for this PMRF scheme, we wanted it, okay. So none of them asked us to means take it, please take this opportunity and do all these things. No, this is not like that. We ourselves have chosen it, we know that we have to do all these things. So you have to understand this, that this is our work and we have to do this, so we cannot escape. Like see, from last 2 weeks I'm very much busy in my data collection work for the PhD, and in this festival times, or but I have to make myself available for this time, 6 to 7 p.m. time, as I have given you the slot. So anyhow, we I have to complete all those tasks before that and make myself available for this time. So when you are opting for NPTEL things, see, you can also take any subject. This is not like that you are getting any random subject to taught here, okay. You have to choose. If you are opting for NPTEL, then you have to give the preferences, means 4 to 5 subjects, 5 subjects preference you have to give. And the first preference which you give is the subject in which you are much more comfortable. As I have given design, I have chosen design of steel structures as my first preference. Why? Because I was already doing as a NPTEL TA. I am also NPTEL doing NPTEL TA duty. So I was already doing this, so that is why I have selected this. Because if I have selected strength of material or RCC, so much more time I have to spend in studying all those things. But this thing I am already studying for doing this NPTEL things, making these NPTEL assignments. So that is why I am already studying all little bit. So that is why this I am
Means you
getting.
are saying that you are doing this at the institute level as well as the NPTEL.
Yes, yes. See, when you are going for if when you are going for in IITs and your professor is any course of your prof is running on NPTEL, then definitely he will select you as teaching assistant for his or her subject, okay. Because he is not going to take any students outside the campus who is not his or her student to do the TA duty work, because these are confidential level things, okay. So he cannot give any student to make anything, okay. So these things are confidential. Other than that, they want their student to do these things because they can interact whenever they want. We are available in the colleges, okay. So in college they can contact us, they can ask us that how things are going on from our end, or what students are feeling. So all those things they can ask from us. But let us suppose if something like that if he has taken a student of any other faculty, okay, so what will happen, his supervisor means supervisor of the student is some different guy, okay. So at that time what will happen, if he is organizing some meeting and the sir want to organize NPTEL meeting, then time constant will be there, okay. Time will collide, okay. So these type of problem they don't want, so they take their own student, and if 4 or 5 students are there, then it is on them that to whom they want to take as a TA, okay. So we happily accept all these things, because for doing these things we are getting certificates, means this is a means, see, if you are studying on this Swayam NPTEL platform and you are opting for the exam, and if you are getting good score in exam and getting if you are getting certificate from the NPTEL, okay, so it is a asset with you, means that certificate value is very much high, okay. So we are also getting certificate for doing TA duty. So when after completing the PhD, we can in our resume we are adding all these things, that we are doing teaching assistantship duty, we are providing teaching assistantship duty in this subject from these many years, okay. Or for at least at for once also, if we have getting this opportunity to work as a TA, then we happily enjoy it, because at last it will benefit us, okay, during our selection in the job recruitment time. So we will definitely get benefit from these certificates, because this is related to teaching things, not of industry or something like that. So whoever want to build their his or her career in academia, then definitely it will give you much more benefit. Most of the students, even I know, even my friends also in past years, in early time, they have opted for RCC course, steel course, after completing their BTech from a good reputed government colleges. They have opted for these courses, and they have taken this certification course, they have appeared for the examination, and they have taken its certificate, because its value is much more higher, okay. So this it definitely gives you the benefit. So we are also getting benefit from here. So
Sir, you can also appear for exam, means you are you saying this thing?
pardon, I am not understanding your, I'm not getting your question.
Actually, you said that your friends opted for the course and they were getting certificates. Means NPTEL teaching our certificate.
No, no, not teaching certificate. They are they have joined in their past times, not at this time. My age is not at means we have means completed our BTech means in 2014
Yeah.
only. So I am talking that my friends have some of my friends have opted for this course. My school friends have opted these course a few years back. Even they have completed their BTech from a very reputed government engineering college, and then also they have opted for this course, and not they only for the knowledge purpose. They have opted for the examination in their past, and they have successfully given their examination and fetched good marks in their examination, and having NPTEL certificate with them.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting that. Okay.
uh,
Uh,
So in IITs you will get lot of opportunities, means few collaborations with the foreign institute also. So based on the means your choice, your supervisor's choice and contacts, you will get different type of opportunities. Some of you even might get opportunity to earn money in your PhD through by helping your professors in consultancy work, or through this NPTEL work, or you can say that you can also collaborate your PhD with some of the foreign institutes, and you can a part of your PhD work you can do from there. Means let us suppose any of the university XYZ, your institute is having collaboration with that college in foreign. So for a small tenure of time, means for 6 months or for 1 year, you can go there and do some of the experiments whose experimental setup is not available in India, or it is available but it is not available in your college. So you can go and perform those experiments there. So at the last, what will happen, you will get final degree. When you will get, then you will get that degree from your institute, as well as that foreign university name will be also marked on your degree. So it is a very much prestigious degree to have values from two very good institutes. Okay, so it will definitely give you benefit while you are applying in as a assistant professor in NITs or IITs or in any of the government colleges. So definitely these things give you benefit.
Sir, can you tell about which year you are in? It means what is your year of this research
Right
year?
now I am in fourth year.
Okay, and are you doing some teaching job in private as well?
No, no, no. See, actually, what happens now? You are if your supervisor permits you, and if you are getting plenty of time, means you are getting time to teach outside your institute. Okay, and your supervisor don't have a problem with that. Means he is not thinking that by doing by teaching outside the campus will not hamper your project work. Then he will or she will allow you to do the teaching work outside the college as a guest faculty. So on weekends you can go and teach in any colleges or in any coaching institute and earn some money. Because see, in PhD, after doing BTech, each and every parents want their ward to earn some money, because our age is also lapsing now. So that is why we ourselves also is very much thinking about our income, that how much we are earning. Some of the students, you can see that they are joining problem solving, some of the means websites which are providing some money to solve questions. So few students join those things, few students do teaching duty as a means for giving tuitions to students who are interested to prepare for the competitive examination. Even I myself would, during my MTech, I did my MTech from IIT ISM Dhanbad, and in Dhanbad you will get lots of options to teach outside your college, because IIT Dhanbad is in city, and that is a very big city. So there are several means coaching institutes who welcome IITians to teach in their institutes, and they provide some money for the subject, means subject wise, or how whatever is the deal, you can talk with them, and you can uh, make them you can earn from there. So it is up to you and on your supervisor, but don't do like without asking your supervisor you are doing these things. Because in PhD it happens na, means let us suppose your supervisor wants to meet you for a meeting, okay, on weekends. He is because your supervisor is also a professor of a very reputed institute. So don't think like that he is only a work to teach you or to guide you. He is also assigned with several types of duties, okay. Because as a civil engineer, you have heard several times that in design firms they verify their designs from the IITs. So who verify those designs? Professors verify those designs na? So they have to take out time for those things. Or they are also the coordinator of MTech or BTech, or in few of the are of them are PhD coordinators, research coordinators. So they have to do several duties. other than this teaching things. Okay, so it might happen that in weekdays they don't get time, so in weekends they find time for you. And if you will go outside for the teaching without the permission of your supervisor, so it will not good for you. So if your supervisor allow, then definitely go, and if your supervisor don't allow you, then don't go.
Sir, can you tell about your research means what is the progress in your research and the subject and all those
See,
things?
my topic is health monitoring of heritage structure. Okay, so heritage structure is the structures. You cannot say any structure to be a heritage structure. It has some values associated with it. Means, if let us suppose there is a very big house and it is a very old house, means 100 years old, so one can say it heritage. It is not like that. You cannot directly say it as heritage. It can only be called as a heritage if it has some values associated with it. Means in terms of cultural values, social values, or it has some memories of sorrows or happiness associated with it, then only you can call it as a heritage structure. So my project is based on the heritage, and we all know that heritage are the identity of any nation. Means it reflects the identity of any nation. Okay, so any country is known by its heritage. So you can see several countries like Rome, other than that United States, they are preserving their heritage. Even in India you will find a lots of heritage structure, but the thing is that heritage structures along with the time are deteriorating day by day. Okay, so um, you have to look after it, because if you are getting any heritage from your ancestors, then it is our duty to pass it to our descendants, means forthcoming generation, means generations which will come after us. Okay, so we have to transfer those heritage structures. And how we will transfer? It is only possible when you will preserve those structures. And how you will preserve those structures? By doing its proper health monitoring. Means this health monitoring is just like a means you are going visiting a doctor for any treatment. So what happens when you go for the treatment? Then what he do, he took out his stethoscope and put it on you, and after that he will examine you, and he will ask from you few things, and after that he will prescribe some of the tests. Okay, and based on that he will tell you that yes, he or she each patient is suffering from this disease, or patient is fit or fine, or whatever is the case. So we are also if you are doing in heritage structure field, then you are a doctor of heritage. Okay, so first of all, what you do, you have to do damage assessment things. Means first of all you have to visit any structure, you have to select heritage structure, and after that after finalizing the heritage, you have to check. Means from the preliminary survey, from preliminary survey means from various types of non-destructive tests, or from visual inspection, you can examine that structure, the present condition of the structure, that what is the present condition of the structure. Now after examining the present condition, you can fit few continuous monitoring instruments in that structure, so that if any thing happens to that structure, it can give you the alarm. Okay, and based on that you can do preservation, you can carry out preservation task of that structure. Okay, so this is continuous monitoring, is just like a patient is on ICU, you can say. So in case of the in ICU, what happens to the patient? Doctors are continuously monitoring the patient. Okay, and in the case of heritage structure, what happens? Even if the structure is not need to be on the ICU like thing. Okay, but then also you provide some sensors or some cameras to check whether in any time damage is coming or not, so we can do continuous monitoring like that. Okay, so by these things we can preserve our structure. And definitely by hearing all those things, one thing must have come in your mind that yes, this thing is means somehow related to the nation. I means as heritage structures are the identity of the nation, so this project is related to the nation, means somehow uh, there is a contribution to the nation. Okay, so that is what I was saying you, that while proposing the research proposal, one must keep in mind that what you are proposing. One of my junior is doing project work on means the debris which are means the debris which are in space, means satellites. Okay, so in space satellites are there, so satellites are getting damaged, or let us suppose you are sending some spacecraft, and that spacecraft get burst in the space, then that thing is uh, revolving in space only, na, means it is wandering in space. It is not like that it is getting disappear anywhere. So those things are moving in the space, and that might harm the satellites, means the satellites which you are sending. So it might happen that those debris collide with those satellites and can damage our satellites. So what is the impact velocity, at what velocity it can impact, and what the failure it can cause to our satellites, because satellites are very costly. It is not like that in thousands of rupees we are making satellites. So we have to ensure its safety, because if any satellite is lost, then there is a very big loss to the of that country. Okay, so we have to make satellites of those materials which should be lighter in weight, because you have to take it to the space through some spaceship. Okay, so that requires fuel and all those things, so it cannot be very heavy, and along with that it must have very good strength to weight ratio, means higher strength in less weight. Okay, so he's working on those things. Even in my mtech I have I did my project on low velocity impact on composites. Okay, so in spacecrafts or in aeroplanes or satellites, composite materials are nowadays used rapidly. Okay, and they are fulfilling our demands very well. So these things how we know, because of the research what we are doing as a researcher, so it helps into making new material. So after hearing this project, uh, you might have thought that how good and challenging task is this. This is not a very simple task. All these things you have to model through finite element softwares. You have to do coding for all these things. So think how much depth of coding is required in this to model all those things, all these debris or satellites. So this thing requires very good knowledge of several master's level subject. So that is why he is also getting this PMRF. So you have to search for the topics which are challenging, giving benefit to the nation, something like that. So by choosing that thing and having knowledge in that thing, not only choosing, let us suppose you ask any of your senior about what you want to do or what will be a best topic, good topic, then he or she can suggest you something, or your faculty from your past will suggest you something, and based on that you are proposing anything. So that thing they will check that you only proposing this thing, or you know little bit about these things. Because if you don't know if you know nothing, then it is very hard for you to study each and everything from the scratch in your PhD. Because it is not like that, na, ki for 10 years through lifetime you want to do the PhD. You have to complete in a certain time, because you will only get stipend for the first 5 years, maximum for the first 5 years. So after that you have to look after yourself, or you have to be dependent on your family. and after lapsing 5 years in your PhD, it is very hard to be dependent on your family. So researchers from the beginning, they some of them save from their stipend, and because we must prepare for the worst case. So as we don't know at what time research will complete, so these things you have to keep in your mind.
Sir, I one thing I want to ask you, that the heritage structures of the means they are using the materials which are not used right now. Means we are using the cement, cement as a binding material. They are using something else, uh, lime, lime.
Okay.
And so means you have to, if somebody wants to repair those structures, then they have to use those material only, or the cement, or those like things.
See, uh, most precisely, if you are asking, okay, so looks of the heritage structure means aesthetical appearance of the heritage structure is very much necessary. Okay, so you cannot hinder those, destroy that heritage look of the heritage structure. Means, definitely you are saying it correctly that in earlier times we used to build those structures from stone masonry, or later on we started using brick masonry. So nowadays we are using concrete. I want to share one example. Actually, few related to my project work only. Few distance from Kharagpur, there is a place, means 15 to 20 kilometers from Kharagpur, there is a place called Kurumbera. Okay, so there is a fort called Kurumbera Fort, and that fort name is Kurumbera Fort, and that fort is made up of stone masonry. When I visited that fort, then that fort was in very worst condition. You can say that that fort belongs to the reign of the, you can say 1500, something like that. Okay, 1500 century. So what happened, even stones, you can see clear deflections even in stones also. That is that much old those structures was. And if you were moving in its veranda, then it will give you a sense of being afraid that you cannot say when this structure is going to collapse. It may also happen that you are walking inside it, someone is walking inside it, and that structure will collapse. So that structure, that heritage structures actually comes under Survey of India. Okay, under the supervision of Survey of India. So Survey of India was uh, taking initiative to restore that structure. So how they were restoring that structure? Similar to that stone, they have made available stones from Orissa. Okay, so it happens. It might be possible that during its construction, that stone was available in Bengal and nearby vicinity of that fort, and they have constructed using that stone. But at this time, that stone is not locally available. Okay, not in available in West Bengal zone. So they have to import that material, that is stone from Orissa, some place. I have written at that time. I have written its name. Now I'm not remembering it, but I know that from Orissa they have imported that stone, and from that they were doing that restoration process. So it is not like that ki, some of the part of the structure is damaged and they are replacing it with the some any of the stones, marbles or granites. Not like that. Similar type of stone was imported. So why it was happened? Because it is very much necessary to make the to preserve the aesthetical appearance of the heritage structures. In you can, at several places you can see that if there are some cracks or some voids in the structure, then what they do, they simply just fill it by cement mortar. But you can see that it totally destroy its appearance. So if genuinely you will ask, so appearance of the heritage structure is very much important. Okay, so you cannot destroy appearance, its appearance. One should, if you are a restoration engineer, if you are restoring, then you must focus that how you can preserve its look, its aesthetical look. Even you will, I want to share one more example. Actually, I was attending one seminar in my college, and one professor from Texas University, Priya Jan ma'am, was delivering that seminar. So she was engaged in various types of restoration work. So she was sharing her experience with us of restoration of some of the asylums which were in USA. Actually, what happens now in USA, in earlier time there was a lot of asylums, mental asylums. Are you understanding what is mental asylum?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So there was lot of mental asylums. Actually, when medical facility was not at this much stage. So at that time, what happens? Anyone having any mental trouble, so they directly send into mental asylums. But as research proceeds and the medical line evolved, so based on the evaluation of the medical line, they have decided that not each and every mental patient should be sent in mental asylums. What happens, even if there is a mental patient and if you are sending him to the mental asylum, then it may happen that it will deteriorate his or her condition. Okay, instead of getting benefited from there, it can harm them. So based on the research and based on the development in the medical field, they have decided not every mental patient need to be sent in the mental asylum. So what they did, so uh, by this what happens, various mental asylums, several mental asylums remains closed for long time. But as they have constructed long back, so they pursued a very good aesthetical appearance and treated as like a heritage structure. And later what happened, government of USA decided not to collapse all those things. They wanted to preserve them as a heritage, and converted those mental asylums in museums or hotels, five-star hotels. Even in India, in some of the forts has been converted into a very good hotel or restaurants. Even you must have heard that in Udaipur there are various celebrities who are going for their marriage, and means for the marriage ceremony. So where those things happen, those things happens in the forts, which has been converted into hotels. Okay, so banquet halls, those things have been converted, and they are providing very good facility. So government of USA also decided to preserve those things. And after that, you must know that few structures, in some of the structures, those were means structurally so weak that when during the construction it has been suggested that the cost of the construction, means in preservation, whatever cost will come, it will be much more higher, means even 10 times higher it will be than after demolishing the structure. If you are going to construct a new structure, then whatever amount it will cost, so in preservation it will cost few times much more higher than the new construction. Then also USA government went for its preservation, only to preserve its heritage look. Everything, each and everything from the inside was changed, but from the outside, what was the look? Its aesthetical look. Whatever aesthetical look engineers can preserve, they have tried to preserve there. So this is the thing. This is the value of the heritage.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for telling all these things. I
Okay.
have gained a lot of knowledge about all these things.
Thank you so much, Shivam, for listening. And
Thank.
throughout this live session, you were a very good listener, and you have also asked very few means few good doubts, and I appreciate for that. And you have also provided me the opportunity to go through the means steel syllabus in much more detail after my BTech curriculum. Okay, so I also want to thank you from my end. So
Thank, thank you, sir. Thank you to you also that you have provided, because these things are not told by somebody else. Uh,
yes, some guidance is necessary because while selecting your career, while making your career, see the two things happens now. One is your interest, in what direction your interest is during selection of your even branch, means civil, mechanical, computer science. Two things happens. One is you are familiar with the branches, a little bit familiar, and you will opt for the branch in which you are having interest. In second case, what happens, few seniors or your family members guide you to select this branch, as this branch is in boom, or you will get government job. See what happens in civil engineering, most of the government mean maximum government job is in civil engineering only. Okay, so most of the students opting this civil engineering for earning this government job, so like that. So based on the guidance, it becomes very much helpful as a student for us to select a line, fix our goal. Okay, so this is the thing.
Sir, I want to ask, what is the future of steel structures in India? Because we don't find much steel structures here.
See, few companies of steel structures are growing nicely. Means one is KEC, which is doing work of those cable lines, means electricity lines, which are running now over big towers. So
Yes, sir.
KEC is making those steel structures. Other than that, in railway engineering, it is having some very good scope. After that, in India also you can see that construction is going towards high rise structures. So up to a certain height, if you are going to increase those things, you have to definitely go for the steel structures, as you cannot cope up with those RCC structures. Okay, so these things are there. And even uh, few in India, few big tycoons of steel are also there. So in research field also you can develop your career here in steel structures. And because they require means researchers from these fields, because Tata Steel or some giants are there. So
Okay, sir.
but
Uh,
not at this time, you cannot say like that you will get job like means ability like RCC is much more ahead than these steel at this time.
but in foreign, we see that every building is of
If you
steel,
want to
and
earn
their
money,
their
if you
aesthetics
want to
are
earn
very.
money, definitely means you will opt for the private jobs, and you want to go abroad, because civil giants are there in Dubai, Saudi, in Gulfs, because they are developing their infrastructure like anything. Okay, so at those places, you will get various type, even football ground. That FIFA in one of the football ground was recently constructed in Qatar, biggest
Uh,
largest ground of the world. So that ground has been constructed, that is also constructed of steel structures. So those things
yes.
there you can find. So with giant structures you have to definitely go for these steel things. Bridges, several type of bridges you have to, railway bridges, even road bridges, you will require steel things. So You have to make yourself specifically. But see one thing, if you are going for steel structures, then you must know each and everything in much depth, because you can see that steel structures, whatever you are going to make through steel, those structures are very much challenging. Those are not normal structures. Only few are normal structures, but those are mega structures, and those are much more challenging structures. Okay, so that is why a very good knowledge of steel is required.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for telling.
Okay.
Your thank you for means your hard work and all those works that you have done in preparing the slides.
Thank you so much, Shivam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. All the best for your future, and to each and every student, each and every learner who is learning this course. So, all the best for your future. And if you have opted for exam, then all the best for the exam.
Yes, sir. I have opted for the exam, but I have to prepare some of the means week's lectures. I have not completed yet, so that is the thing.
So as this is the last time, so please, one mail has been also shared through this SWAYAM and PTL team. So please see the documents which you need to carry there, and other than that, please revise the things, because study only for the ones is not sufficient. You have to, even assignments, we have tried to cover each and everything in the assignment, so that you will when you will be appear for the final paper, then it will look familiar to all of you. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
prepare well through these assignment questions, and the things which you have prepared up to the lecture which you have prepared till now, a little bit more try to prepare, and after that please prepare for, please revise those things, because revision is very much important. Otherwise, after learning so many things, if you are not remembering those things, so it will be not good. So
Yes, sir. Revision is very much important.
yes.
More than learning, revision is very much important. Uh,
Yes,
means I
and
have
during
done.
revision, try to solve question paper not only by looking into it. Means looking through the slides. That is, oh, this is these are the steps, and I can do this. Because if you have not revised all those things by writing, means you have not solved numerical problems through writing. Then what happens now? Several things we forget in examination, or we recall in mind, but confusion comes in the mind. But if you have practiced all those things through the writing, then if you will forget also, then hand will tell you that no, you have to do like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. All the best for your future. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.